What is going on, guys? Thank you for joining us. It is the 13th of July. We're back after a 2 week vacation. We've had our holidays. It's just myself and Ryan at the minute. James should be joining us. It depends how quick he gets home from work, as always, on Monday night. So, hello, Ryan. How was your 2 week vacation?
It's been very good. A good holiday in Norway and a relaxing week while you went on holiday to Lillehammer, I think
Indeed,
you went to.
I did. It was
Uh,
very nice. Nice, relaxing 2 weeks. So,
Relaxing.
no, yeah, it's relaxing. But there's been a few transfers happen while we've been away.
They
Um,
have.
a couple of them are decent, a couple of them are just stupid. So we'll work our way through them. Tell you what, we'll start with the clubs we support. So we will start with Manchester United, Ryan. They've definitely obviously gave us a bit more talk while in the last couple of days.
They have. They've today they've signed Bastian Schweinsteiger from Bayern Munich and Morgan Schneiderlin from Southampton. But then 2 days ago, I think it was, they signed Darmarian from Torino. So spending the money, but I think it's needed because we needed a midfield and a right back. Because I can see Rafael will possibly be sold because he's never fit, and Valencia is not a right back. So thank God we've got a right back in, but I think we need a backup right back because Smalling can't play there, and neither can Phil Jones.
Um, See the Schweinsteiger deal to me, I think it's a bit it smacks of desperation. I think right, the question is, are Manchester United a big club, Ryan? Do you class yourself as a top four side? Ryan.
Yep. So
Sorry, yep, you're back. Do you class United as a top four side?
of course.
Then why are they going out and signing Matteo Darmian from Torino, for example? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I said to you when I saw this deal, I said I know nothing about this guy. Um, Surely they should be going out signing an English talent like Nathaniel Klein instead of letting him go to Liverpool.
I think I think he turned down Man United and decided to go to Liverpool for
He
some.
turned down Man United for Liverpool.
That's what I've read. I'm only saying what I've read in the news. I can't confirm it, but if he's turned them down, then he's made a silly mistake in my opinion. Because I know he was linked, but then it's probably one of them battles who offered the most. Could have been
May,
one of them.
Maybe he wants
But
to work for the better manager.
really,
Um, well, let's go through Morgan Schneiderlin. That's not a bad deal, to be honest with you, especially when you look at how effective he is as a player. But surely Morgan Schneiderlin is basically the same as Carrick. Maybe it's a bit more advanced. Well,
he's also
you can't be less
younger.
more advanced because Carrick doesn't move past halfway line now. He might pull a hip. But Bastian Schweinsteiger, that's a waste of money. That guy's over the hill. I mean, do you genuinely think he's going to do anything?
I think he signed a 3-year deal, so I think that'll probably be him till the end of his career at Man United, unless he's going to carry on into his late 30s.
Well,
But
he's only 30, isn't he?
he is. But injuries suggest, and if he gets injuries at Man United, he could end up just ending his career at Man United. Whether he's going to go 3 years and then just go at Man United for 1-year deals from then on, it'll be interesting to see. I think he'll be effective because he's worked under Van Gaal before, and I think that's another reason why he came to Man United. He knows what Van Gaal wants. And to me, 14 million is a bit much for a 30-year-old, but look at Robin van Persie. He was bought for near enough 30 million, near in his 30s, and he's just been sold for 4 million. So we've lost money there.
The Van Persie deal's a fantastic deal because that guy is past it. His legs have gone. And
He's passed it, but we've lost a lot of money.
yeah. Completely Chaz. Good evening, sir. Thank you for listening. Appreciate that. I mean, when you look, you've got Nani, who you've got rid of again. I mean, when you look at Nani's actual stats from when he was at Man United, he wasn't that bad. I still think they've made a mistake getting rid of him, especially when you keep him players like Ashley Young. Tom Cleverley out on a free.
I agree with that.
See, you're another clueless United fan. You agree with getting rid of a young English talent, and yet
It's useless.
he's useless. I mean, you've got players in your squad who are just as crap.
Yeah, Cleverly's horrendous.
Yeah, clueless. Angelo and yeah, you know what I mean.
Angelo Henriquez never. Did he play in the first team?
I don't think he was ever given a chance, was he? Gone to
No,
Dynamo Zagreb, undisclosed.
he's one of these that he was bought by Alex Ferguson, and then Moyes came in and didn't give these players a chance. Look at the likes of Nick Powell. Is he ever going to get a chance? He'll probably be sold to someone like Everton, Villa in the future.
Yeah, that's another guy who's come in. Big raving reports about him, and nothing's really happened. I mean, there's a lot of reports United going in for a centre back as well. That'll probably show the end of Johnny Evans, I think, if he goes. If you get a centre back in, sorry.
Yeah, I'm hoping, but then we're selling all of our near enough our British players. If Johnny Evans goes, that's another British player. Is he British? Northern Irish?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
good. Well done, Ryan. Yeah, geography.
I had to just check then that he wasn't Irish and not Northern Irish.
Wow, your knowledge of your club's players is outstanding.
Oh yeah, because I take notice of Johnny Evans.
Oh, you nasty man. We're going to leave Newcastle talk for now, and hopefully James will get in.
Yeah, I'm hoping we do get a centre back because it is something we need. Because Smalling, Jones, Evans, Tyler Blackett, Paddy McNair doesn't really scream champions of the Premier League to me.
These aren't going to be champions of the Premier League anyway. Come on, wake up.
Oh,
Newcastle have as much of a chance.
Newcastle got more chance getting relegated.
Oh, here we go. So views. Don't worry, Van Gaal to save you. But we're going to move on just quickly. I'm going to talk about fans as much as the players. And it's a deal which actually happened quite a while ago, but obviously we've been with 2 weeks. It's the Peter check to Chelsea. Go on, you tell me. Sir.
I'm in between with this deal because they've still got Szczesny.
Well, that guy's crap.
Has Petr Cech gone to Arsenal to be number one, or are they just going to go Szczesny, Petr Cech, and just put them on a rotation?
Well, Szczesny didn't really play anyway, did he? That the spin you did. I think Szczesny's crap. So Peter Cech is a great sign, I think, for Arsenal. But my issue is the Chelsea fans. I mean, we all know 90% of them are deluded, and they've only been there since Abramovich joined. I mean, Colin, Football Central is a prime example. And the amount of abuse that they've been given to Peter Cech for leaving and going to, as they call it, a rival club. I just think they need to seriously wake up and just stop being stupid. I mean, did he really just think, I'll sit on the bench for the rest of my career just so I don't upset the Chelsea fans?
No, that's not what play. If he's gone there to play first team football, then he's made the right decision. Chelsea have signed Asmir Begovic, so he's ruined his career because he'll just sit on the bench.
Yeah, that's another day we're going to go into in a minute. Lucas Podolski to Galatasaray for 1.8 million. The possibility to rise to around 10 million. The fuck's he got to do to get that to 10 million?
£1 million a goal.
You can imagine it saying in the contract, right, after he's played 100 games for us, we'll give you 5 million. Like that's ever going to happen.
No. These Turkish sides are making some great deals though. Signing players like Lucas Podolski, Robin van Persie, Nani.
For clubs which were only banned out of Europe a couple of years ago, they're going to be banned again for financial fair play if they carry on.
They will. Depends on the wages they're paying.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we'll go down now to the likes of, you've got Aston Villa. They've brought in obviously Micah Richards, Scott Sinclair. A deal that they got rid of Shea Given. He was linked with Middlesbrough. It almost seemed like a done deal, and then he's ended up going to Stoke, obviously with the fact Begovic has decided to go and sell his career to Chelsea. It's not. stuck on that because I like Shea Given, and I think it'd be nice to see him getting a full season as a first choice guy at Stoke. But surely Butland's going to be first choice there. I mean, it's not fair on Butland because he came and he did well. To which then they're going to replace him with someone who's like, what, 50, 60?
You would hope. It's a very strange deal, but I think it could be that they've brought him in to tutor Butland.
But if that's the case, then it's a good deal. We'll skip Bournemouth because let's be honest, they're going to go down anyway. But true. We're going to Chelsea now. Asmir Begovic. We're going to nickname Begovic as the wanker of the transfer window. Basically, this guy has just sold his career. What a tosser. Seriously, I do wish a lot more people, and Begovic included, listen to this show so you can understand what a knob he is. I hate people who do this. He is just basically going, oh, you're going to pay me this much? Fuck it. I don't want to play on a Saturday anyway. So frustrating, Ryan. Oh, there you go. Ryan's so angry that his internet's decided to go dodgy. It's the most frustrating day. I mean, Falcao as well going into Chelsea. That's not a... I'm curious to see what Mourinho can do with Falcao, see if he can get him playing better. And then they've signed Nathan, he's not going to be a first choice. He's going to obviously develop at the club. Are you back, Ryan?
I'm back now.
Do you want to slag Begovic off?
Yeah, it's exactly like you say. He's wasted his career. I understand that you have to have a backup goalkeeper, but they didn't need to sign Begovic as a backup goalkeeper, but Begovic decided to sign. So it's his career.
Yeah. Then you go down there out. So Peter Cech's gone. Atsu to Bournemouth on loan. Didier Drogba, I mean, that guy was about 90. He looked like he was going to break his hip every time he turned last year, so it's definitely a good job that he's gone. Completely Chaz, not holding back. Just wait until we get to Crystal Palace, pal. Gail Kakuta, obviously Chelsea broke many laws trying to sign that guy. Turned into a complete another waste of space. Another Freddie Adu. He's gone to Sevilla. Josh McEachran, I saw that deal. He's gone to Brentford.
It's about time he was either put in the first team or sold.
Yeah, but now Ryan, an interesting club we're going to talk about, Crystal Palace. Let's go from the top to the bottom. The chairman was interviewed last year during the season on Sky after they'd got Pardew. Chairman came across as a bit of a knob. The stadium's fallen to bits. The fans all think they're freaking some sort of psychotic ultras. The pitch is shit. And now, along with their useless manager, they've now signed former Newcastle player Johan Cabaye, who obviously left PSG with his cock between his legs. He's decided that he needed to get first team football. We didn't want him back because obviously he didn't want to play for us, if you remember, Ryan. But before he left Newcastle, he actually refused to travel against City.
Yeah.
Then we gave him a second chance, and then he decided to leave instead to go to bigger and better things. And now he's going to be playing his football at Selhurst Park. What a lucky guy. I wonder how long he was on his knees sucking Pardew's cock for that deal. Shocking. Honestly, I'm fucking fuming at this guy. He's just a complete and utter sellout. He went running off to PSG thinking it was the next big thing. He spends the season on the physio table freaking. He's obviously having it off with the physio. And now he's must have missed his good mate Alan and he's decided to go to Palace. I mean, would you seriously go and play Crystal Palace by choice? He must be getting forced.
Oh, he's very good friends with Pardew and they've offered him a very good deal.
Yeah, deals on money. Come on, it's a shithole. I'm sorry, but it is. You don't go and play for Crystal Palace by choice. There's something going on there. I mean, they've even released Shola Amiobi. He probably legged it. I mean, I've got Sky Sports open in front of me. It doesn't even say released for Shoreline Miobi. It says released.
I've got that up as well.
Released. It's probably so he probably refused to give Pardew and Nosh as well, so they released him. I fucking hate that guy. I don't know why him or Kabay or Pardew. They both as annoying as each other. But that is a situation that drives me mental because Kabay totally screwed us over, and I'm happy to see that his career's took such a nosedive that he's going to be playing Crystal Palace next year.
You can imagine the reaction when Newcastle actually do play Palace. Is he going to play when they come to St James's Park? Because he will get torn apart by your fans.
I can't wait. I hope so. I mean, let's be honest. I can guarantee he couldn't tell you where Crystal Palace is. His agent probably phoned him up.
He might refuse to travel.
Yeah. I'm not travelling there, but it's our home ground, Johan. Yeah, I can't go there, sorry. It's so frustrating. Frustrating.
It'd be good to watch though.
Fucking won't be, it's Crystal Palace.
Aye.
Good reaction from the fans. We're going to move on to Everton. They've made a couple of deals. They've signed Delafeu, they've signed Cleverley and then Hennen from Olympiacos. Now, Delafeu, 4.25. My first reaction was that's a good deal, decent money. They can make money back if Barcelona want to buy him. They have a buyback price.
Yeah, it's a typical Barcelona deal.
It is, but Barcelona aren't going to want to buy this clown. He doesn't know how to fucking defend. He doesn't know how to move. Do you remember watching him for Everton when he was on loan?
I do. But
he had about as much positioning sense as freaking Jake.
It's a typical Barcelona deal, and I can't see him buying him back unless he turns around next season and has a world day and they say, oh yeah, we'll buy him back.
With the ball at his feet, he's decent. But when he loses the ball, he literally has to look over at the manager to find out which way he's going to run to defend. It's like, fuck it, I don't know what I'm doing. He just runs to the linesman, chasing him. Give me your flag. We'll drop down to Leicester City. This is another thing which has irritated me this weekend. Nigel Pearson gone. Kind of happy with that because he was a bit of a knob. But then they've brought in Claudio Ranieri. Now, this guy was shit at Chelsea. And he's basically shit at any club he goes to. They call him the Tinker Man. Basically, that means he can't decide what he wants to do. I mean, how can being called the Tinker Man be something positive? I'm the Tinker Man. Basically, you don't know what you're doing. You change it every single week because you don't know and can't decide what is the best option. It's not a compliment.
No, it's going to be an interesting season for Leicester because they managed to stay up with some good performances towards the end of last season, but are they going to put that into this season when all the teams are improving again and they've signed Robert Huth, who's about 90 years old and runs at about the speed of the Titanic?
What, downwards?
Exactly.
What I would like to know is if Huth played when Ranieri was in charge of Chelsea.
Exactly.
But we'll go down to Liverpool. Now, their out deal is a fantastic deal in Raheem Sterling because that child is the only way to call him. Is seriously so up himself, it's scary. Liverpool have done the right thing getting rid of him. Brendan Rodgers, I saw the interview we had today where he said, we've got no issue, me and Raheem, there's no bad blood, we're good friends. Guarantee he put the microphone down and went, what a fucking knob. I'm glad that clown's left.
Sure.
I mean, when you look at Sterling's stats as well, is he worth 50 million? Not a chance in hell.
He's only 50 million because he's English. Liverpool wanted to receive at least 40 million. So Man City had to bid 49 because QPR received 9 million over the course of the transfer.
Exactly. I mean, is he going to do well at City? I mean, is Sterling going to push David Silva out of the team? Not a chance. Is he going to push Navas out? I don't think so because Pellegrini seems to like Navas quite a lot as well.
Unless he's going to play in the centre, and then he's got to move someone else out of position.
I think Silva's going to be in the middle, isn't he? So it's who's going to be on the left, isn't it? He could play there, I guess. I was trying to think who else they had. British Rail 47, hello. Hi, as you said. I was trying to think where he could play, but I don't even think he's. I don't know. I mean, he could play instead of Yaya.
He's an English player that Man City needed to buy because they need English players.
Well, yeah, I mean, they only had homegrown wise, didn't they? They've got Richard Wright, Gail Clichy, who classes as homegrown, and then there was one more, wasn't it? I can't remember who the other one
Joe
is.
Hart.
Joe Hart, sorry, yeah. So I mean, they've got Sterling now. So I mean, woof, they're flying. I've got a feeling Nasri will leave this summer. That's probably a good deal because that guy's lazy as well. But I just think Sterling, 50 million, not a chance. He's just a child who can play decent football. Is he going to be world class? I don't think his attitude is going to let him be world class.
Even Carragher himself said that he's worth at least 30.
I think he was just being nice, so wasn't he?
Probably.
As soon as they said right off the record, he went, he's a knob. Worth 30 million, maybe, but he's a bit of a knob, so that knocks the value down. Don't matter how good you are, if you don't have the attitude, you're not going to develop, and he just doesn't have the attitude. Ben Taylor, fantastic. He actually answered one of the questions. Thank you very much, sir. He said Huth played about 20 times under Ranieri. So that might be. I'm not sure the Huth deal was done before Ranieri joined, though, wasn't it?
Was.
But that is definitely going to be a big help for Huth. That Ranieri knows his game. But yeah, I don't want to sit too long on Sterling. I know it's in the title because obviously it's the biggest deal at the minute that's going through. But he's just a child who's decent at football.
He'll be once it goes through. He'll be the biggest deal. No one will go above 50 this window. I can't see it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think for an English player, I'd love him to develop into world class. Because at the end of the day, that's what you want. You want your national team's players. I don't live in the UK, but I definitely follow UK football and like the English team closely as well. It'd just be nice, wouldn't it, if they actually did well? But I just think Sterling's a bit too much of a knob to put any effort in.
Indeed.
I'm just scrolling. I'm trying to look. I'll pick out any random deals from different leagues. Is there any that stand out to you, Ryan?
From the outside, I'll go on the BBC.
Just anywhere.
The world of the BBC.
I'm just looking down here. Southampton. So they've got rid of Schneidlin. Schweinsteiger.
This one we forgot. Iker Casillas has gone to Porto.
That poor bloke. Did you see the interview? He almost made me cry. You never know what to believe because he's come out and like denied all of the stuff where Real Madrid have come out and said he made himself distant. He pushed himself away and all this, but I can't believe it.
No, not for someone who's been brought up around the Real Madrid team for so many years and then to be just carped off to Porto.
Yeah, it's it's a good deal for Porto. I mean, he's definitely a good keeper. He's definitely better than the keepers they have.
Oh yeah.
Just looking down, Stoke have obviously been busy. They've signed Glenn Johnson. I mean, how that guy's still in Premier League football? It gives us all hope, doesn't it? He's just freaking annoying as let me think of someone else crap. Most of the Newcastle team at the minute.
We could go Barcelona as well. They've signed Arda Turan, but he can't play until January.
So what happens with like them type of players? Do they literally just sit around?
Well, Arda Turan says he's not going out on loan, so he's just going to sit around until January.
Well, cha-ching.
Collecting money, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But Andre Pirlo at New York City should have his debut soon, I believe.
I was so disappointed over the weekend because I thought Steven Gerrard was playing in a MLS game. So I spent all week thinking, I travelled home on the Saturday and it was like 13 hours drive to get home. And we did it all in one day. And one of the specific reasons was I wanted to see the MLS on the night. And when I got home, I found out it was freaking a friendly match, and I was just like, really? And that it was kicking off like 5:30 in the morning my time.
Wow.
So fuck that. But on Sunday I watched the New York game, and obviously Lampard was injured, so he didn't play. He's going to be out till the end of the month, they reckon, at the earliest. As you say, Pirlo's a couple of weeks away. I mean, he's like 90 now, so it takes a few weeks to get fit. By fit, meaning get off his chair. Mr. Zulu said, I thought tonight was 10:30. No, 10:30 is on a Thursday night for the Football Manager show, Zulu. Come on, sir.
You can catch up on YouTube, though.
Yeah, don't worry. You can listen back on YouTube. Listen to my Crystal Palace rant.
Yeah, I've got a few more here. Someone who I don't know how he's still playing football because he's just another attitude person. Benoit Esirikoto, who says he just plays football for money. He's gone to Saint Etienne.
Wow.
Douglas Costa from Shakhtar Donetsk signed for Bayern Munich.
Yep, that's a good deal. And I expect to see a lot more leaving the clubs from Ukraine.
Yeah, and
By the way,
actually,
did you see? Just jump in. A player going to Ukraine was former Arsenal striker who played for Shakhtar. What's his name? Eduardo.
yes.
He's now gone back to them.
How long is he going to stay there for?
Don't know. I just thought you know.
But have you done the Newcastle deals yet? Would you like to?
Spencer says Lampard was probably eating all them burgers over there. Tell you what, I would be. I think he got a knock in training. What did you say? Dad, the Newcastle one?
Yeah.
No, but since James isn't here, I'll have to jump in and do it.
Yeah.
So Wijnaldum's come in from PSV. I'm delighted with that. 14.5 million, they saying. It's a great deal. He obviously captained PSV. He's a great player, so delighted to bring him in. Sam Yamiobi's left to Cardiff. Fantastic. We all had a whip round pay for his journey down there.
He's probably still paying his wages.
Probably. But that's it at the minute. We are linked with a couple of people. But I think the most annoying thing is the fact that we spoke, obviously, as the season just ended. And there were so many players linked with leaving. The likes of the Giraffe Williamson. Obviously, that guy genuinely can't play football. And there's a lot more players who genuinely can't play football in the Newcastle team. Obertan, he has the touch of a freaking non-league player. And these guys are still at the club, which is slightly worrying because I thought Williamson's contract was running out.
Who knows?
But the fact he's still there means it wasn't. And it was just talk of selling him. But it does turn out I think nobody wants him.
Sissoko, another one that I think you want. Do you want him to go?
I want him to go because of the way his attitude was towards thinking he was better than the club, yeah.
And Joe, you should get enough for him to get another player in.
I don't think he'll go because he wants first team football leading up to the Euros. So he'll kind of use us for a year and then he'll disappear after the European Championships.
He'll probably end up at Arsenal eventually because they like the French.
British Rail says Pirlo just strolls around the pitch, scores a free kick, sits off for a bit, repeat. I'll tell you what it was in the Champions League final, wasn't it? Barcelona did a fantastic against Pirlo where they just kind of sat on him, just made sure he couldn't get the ball. Pirlo likes to drop in between the centre backs, pick it up, spread it wide, spread it. Obviously, it's always to the side, isn't it? Most of the time, it's just like them simple passes. Which don't get me wrong, if you're in a team where you've got the likes of Lampard, who are going to be in that number 10 role almost, and you've got the likes of David Villa, I think it's going to be fantastic because he's going to spread it. Lampard will drop to pick it up, and he'll also run past for Pirlo to play them balls through the gap. You've got David Villa, whose movement is awesome, and in the game at the weekend, he was obviously missing the midfield because the amount of times he was making a run and having to cut back.
But then do they not need to strengthen in their defence? Because all I've seen is I don't know if Matthew
Not
Lawson ever listens back, but their defence is horrendous.
not as much as you think. The issue is the midfield. The midfield is so bad that it doesn't matter how good your defence is. If you keep isolating them, you're going to get hit. And the midfield was just constantly leaving themselves open, which meant, as well as the attackers, the defence had to deal with literally all of the midfield of the opposition because the New York midfield just kept kind of just chasing the ball like a lot of lost sheep. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see.
It'd be great to watch when they're all in, the likes of Gerrard, Lampard, Pirlo, all the players back in their clubs that they've been signed to.
Yeah, I mean,
It would definitely attract people to watch the MLS.
I mean, I've been watching all season, as you know, and Javinko at the weekend against New York, he just tore them apart, and most of it was from the gap in between midfield and attack. He was picking it up and just running. Because they weren't chasing him, he literally just had the freedom to put the defender on his ass because he wasn't getting any help from anybody. But it's definitely worth watching if people haven't seen the MLS. The quality's a lot better than people think it's going to be.
It is. I think, and we'll be advertising it as well because I'm going to advertise now, Paul. We will be doing a stream possibly next week.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Aye. Possibly next week. Paul and myself are taking over 2 MLS clubs as a proper season. I've got Pirlo, so there's a big hint. And if you check out on FM Central, you should know who Paul is by now.
I've got nobody. But yeah, if you check out this, obviously a Football Manager. Say if we're going to be doing two player playing in the MLS, it's going to be fun. I've got Dempsey. There you go. I can say that. So you know we both are. But yeah, that's about it. I think Ryan, I think we're done for tonight. I've had my rant about Crystal Palace. It's all I really wanted.
Yeah. Until the next week when hopefully more transfers are going through.
Yeah, hopefully Newcastle sign someone.
Or pre-season possibly next week because Man United start their pre-season. I don't know when did Newcastle start theirs.
We've already started. If you remember, Jake got loads of pictures at the airport the other day.
Yes, so he did. So we could possibly talk about some pre-season games next week, some pre-season results.
But we're back on Thursday night. What are we doing on Thursday, Ryan?
It's a special show for my save. I've got to go all the way through it again and remember 20 seasons, 20 years of a whole career. I could write a book.
You could, but no one would read it. So thanks for watching, guys. We will see you on Thursday night.